what are the category that you should put in here? Okay. You should be able to calculate the mean size grain because we have a range. So how do you want to calculate mid-range grain size? So the grain is 2 to 4. What is the mid? So the first answer I give is 3 lah, because 4 minus 2 divided by 2 plus 2. Okay, that is the equation. So you click into your Excel, giving answer already. Okay, so table 2, then the question is how do you check the validity of the data? Because every time you transfer or transform the data, you must check how does the data here represent well of this data. Right, so this is your T1 data, you transform to this T1. So how do you check? So you can insert some validity data at the bottom, like what is the data that should be the same. Okay, and then same, you can answer it on this. Okay. And then this is a normal equation that you can find the answers of number. Then after table 2, so you work accordingly to the flow. Then you go to table 3. Table 3, you change from this weight. Okay, this is all weight, right? Weight. So this is from weight that I mentioned in part 1. So this is by gram. And then you change it to percentage abundance because we want to compare the samples, the T1 to T10 samples. So it must be have the same units. So for table 3, then I do a lot, ask you to do a lot of calculation. And these calculations are all basic calculations that you have learned through your Form 5, matriculations, and Form 6, or even diploma. Okay, how to calculate mean and median. If you don't remember, you can use the handbook given by Dr. Chung, and I gave an example of page 67. This is how you calculate, right? Once you calculate the percentage abundance over here on table 3, then we go to table 4. Okay. So the research question here is that what are the differences before monsoon and after monsoon? So before monsoon, you can see here is this T1 to T10, percentage abundance, what are the mean value of the soil type according to percentage abundance, means from table 3, get data, so you must be have equals to something, equals to what, right? How do you find? And then after that, create 2 histogram. So from this table 4, you want to transform to vertical format. This is horizontal format, then this is vertical format. It's the same. There are few functions from Excel that you can copy. Okay, then you can come here. You don't right click for paste because it's not enough. So you can go here, then you go file, edit. You want to paste special. When you paste special, you can use the function of transport. Transpose means you change from horizontal to vertical, and then you only want the value. If you don't use value, it will use the equation, and the equations would go differently. So you want to click these 2, then you click OK, then it should be like this. So for example, I give you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so if this is equation from your table 3, so this is how you copy, and then you want to insert edit, paste, special, value, and transpose, then it will transpose. Okay, so once you have this, then you can create histogram. Because I've been trying to do histogram using this vertical format, but then it doesn't work. So that's why I say you have to transform your table, then only then you can insert. So you have to insert 2 histogram. One is before monsoon, one is after monsoon. Right? When you are done with table 4, then you just need to go to table 5. Okay. Table 5 is scatter plot. So if you read the guideline that I give you, is that you construct a presentable scatter plot and then you insert the scatter plot in here, right, in this box. So for example, if I want to do like histogram, so you can just insert, you want a histogram, right? So this is not the right one, but then whatever is it, you just insert it in between the box that I give you. So I can see where you put. If not, then I cannot find and give you marks for that. All right, how you edit this is that you have to find and present it in a way that I can see the differences. All right, so at the end, after you construct the scatter plot, same as here, then the question is there any significant differences that you can see from the scatter plot before and after monsoon? And then what is the statistical tool? So all the questions in this guideline can be seen, can be in here. So you just like insert your answer. So then I can like mark your answer accordingly. So you only submit one file at the end. That's all for my quick summarize of your tutorial. You can use the chat room to ask questions and for you all to do discussion, not for me to give answer, but if I am okay, I would give you tips along the way as you ask questions. Okay, opening for questions is data T1, T2, T3, copy and paste. Okay, if you are going to copy and paste, so this is quite simple lah. You just like copy here. And then you just paste. All right. If you don't want copy and paste, make sure that you can also paste. You can use equation. First table, I give you answer lah. You can also, oh, sorry. Share. Okay, so the first is that you can copy, because there is no error in this data. Okay, there were only error in this, so you can copy and then you can like paste. So if it's a value, you can make sure that is 0. But for database, if there is no error, I would suggest you to equals to this one. Equals to raw data 2, if you can see, is a raw data 2 column D4. Column D4 should be D3 lah. So you can change that to D3. And then if you drag, okay, and then if you drag, I mean, you don't see her. So if this is empty, so if you drag, it will show you exactly what is it. So this is from raw data. Sometimes I would suggest students to have this link, like equals to what? Equals to this one. Right? So that raw data, sometimes you check back, for example, you look at the data at the end, if there is error, maybe the book that you brought for sampling, for example, if this one is 9, okay, you will see that your workflow all change. So you doesn't need to repeat your data again, and the source is all from your raw data. Okay. So this is why I want you to learn how to get data. Not every time you have to go type in here, this is like 7 and then 7, 8, 5 or whatever, right? Do not use numbering for your data once you change from one table to another table. Use equation equals to what are the data so that the original changes would link to the rest of your data sheets. So you doesn't need to redo your analysis again and again. Okay, so since I will delete, make sure that you keep the green box because the green box is where I'm going to look at your information and your analysis. Anything else? Chat room. All right. Happy doing your tutorial. Not too long as biology, but you still need at least 2-3 hours as today tutorial time to finish up.
Doktor, sorry.
Ah,
Saya nak tanya.
ah,
For the table tu, the size range given for gravel 2 until 4 millimeter. But the opening diameter for gravel row 3 is 4.75 millimeter. So for the table 2, does we need to include the row 3 data?
row 3 data chart. Oh, include. Yes.
Oh, include sekali.
Yeah, actually it's all the gravel lah.
Oh, for the table 2, right, Doctor?
4.73. Yeah, this should be betul lah. This should be more than 4 lah.
Oh. Okay, so we need to take all the gravel data lah kan?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Never mind, because this one I decide already. So you just follow all the gravels, how to add in and put in this one column. Good spotting. But I'm telling you is everything here. Lagi soalan?
Doktor,
Ah,
untuk kolom 3 dekat table 2 tu, yang mid-range grain size, yang tu unit dia memang kena dalam micrometer ke doktor?
yes.
Tak boleh
Because
pakai millimeter.
you have to do your transformation from millimeter to micrometer. You know kan? 1 mm equals to how many micrometer? Tu Maudin. Oh, tu tahulah tu. I rasa dia salah type tu. Yeah. Yes, micrometer. Okay. Because if I put in, for example, here 3000. Yeah, if you look at this, you will see the table 3 already have, because I already have you to insert equation equals to this one. So that's why this is not green color, because you doesn't need to put in numbering. So I put in, for example, example 1005, you nampak here dah tukar 1005. Right? So it's and then same for this one. Then also for table 5. I make your life you can see actually Excel can help you to reduce your work from typing over and over again.
Okay doktor, thank you.
Okay, pure silence. Kalau you dengar my chicken outside the house berkokok, dan you dengar lah. My house is very senyap. Show evidence of your statistical test. Chong Saman asks, okay, because the last questions from your book file here is there any significant difference of the grain size from your table 5? So how do you know the significant difference? Is that you have to show what are the statistical tests that you want to do, and then the statistical tests, as I mentioned, either you use z-test, t-test, ANOVA test, or whatever test that you want to do, then you show your evidence in here. So you can use the data here to do review. Go data, then you want to do analysis. Formula. Yeah. I think Dr. Adiana already showed you in your oceanography Kimia on the extension of Excel. I don't have in my Excel because I never use Excel for my data analysis. If you are power enough to use R, you still can use R and then put in your R equation in here, or your R results. Okay. Chong Saman, okay? For Raja No Afifa, she asked for table 1 data for jadi ambil average. No, the answer is not average because this is by weight. So you should have the same weight. I'm giving you all the tips. Afifa, it's not average. So you want to combine your data. This is your data collected from different shifts, and then the data that you want to analyze. It is just transforming into a compilation. Compilation means you combine data. It's not average the data. Yeah, Afifa? Adam Akak pun tak faham dari table 1 ke table 2. Apa yang tak faham? So you have all this category. This is the weight, because when you do lab analysis, this is the shift number, and the shift number gives you different kinds of soil. But your data, you cannot use this raw data to do analysis because your data is only gravel, these few categories. So for example, gravel here, now you have 3 soil type from your raw data. But your analysis, the gravel only as 1. And so for example, just now was I give you example of this is the weight, and from the shift you weight the shift and the content. So at the end, this is all your samples. But when you have soil type, when you want to categorize this, you cannot just take this one to represent and then put here. Cannot, because your this one gravel were presented as these 3. And then your cosine were only this one, right? So like this one equals to cosine, very cosine. And then your cosine equals to just only cosine. But your medium were represented by these 2. So just now Afifa already asked if she should use average. No. Why do you want to use average? Because your raw, you don't want to present your data differently because others is exactly equals to something. Think. I stick to my point. I don't want to give answer. Mana yang faham-faham tu, tolonglah kawan-kawan yang tak faham-faham. Okay? So Afifah dah faham, boleh contact Akmal untuk fahamkan dia. I want you to think lah. The most of the thing is that you have to think the right way. Okay, all right. That's all. Again, have fun doing a tutorial. I tried to finish the chemistry tutorial. Most probably cannot be next week. Next week, class was conducted by Dr. Chung on physical. And then I will ask him if he is going to give you the tutorial for physical next week. And then I can take the week after. Okay, you just see, we will post you in the group of our classes. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doktor.